On EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Mike, watch the screen, watch the screen.
On first down, Allen works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? To throw, it's Allen. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Allen, going to throw again. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Allen again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
14. Mike set. Launch 49. Gun. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Get ready. 49.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
One left. Move,
I don't even know why this team showed up.
49. Guys, Mike, 49. Here we go.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Left pass. Right left. 49 to Mike.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 42 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's what's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strip that ball. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike.
Hey, Mike's 7.
Hey, home. 50, Mike, 50.
Here's Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. 16 yards, a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Round 80.
50. Go. Go.
Allen now on first down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here we go.
Allen now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Allen now looks to throw. Forced out to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Now it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A sack there by Trent Murphy. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
49. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Gotta do better.
Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly for... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 31, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On 3rd down, Penny. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This one from 46 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert.
From the gun, it's Allen. Going up top. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Allen hands off to McCoy. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Don't say nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Allen. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. Allen going to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Launch 49. Launch 49.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Trent Murphy in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
To return is Roberts. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From midfield, here's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Shaq Lawson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Mike's 49.
One pass. One flip.
You ain't got nothing.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Good.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. He's got a man, complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Fair. Hey, 0.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
All day, baby. All day.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run from Penny. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go 14. Watch 49. Here we go.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. 2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Mike, 28. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Pull up for signals. Hey, easy. Check.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check curls.
Run left.
Mike's 49. I'm scared.
Hey, 0. 6.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Here's Wilson to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Penny, a first down carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. Here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speed.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to Barkevius Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. He's going to look. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, 89 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Trent Murphy bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Now it's Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Check 26, check 26.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Watch 49. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up.
Hey, alert, alert, alert.
49's the mic.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 more there and another first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
0-0-0.
Watch the run, watch the run. 49's the mic, 49's the mic. Bring it.
Zebra. Tempo.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Mike, 49.
Guys, listen.
Watch the back. 49's the mic, watch 49.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
To throw is Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Hey, alert.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trent Murphy, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Run left.
Go. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son.
Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
So after the INT, it's Allen. This for his running back, McCoy. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Allen. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ziggy Ansah, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Jaron Reed able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They begin with a run by Penny. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
49 to Mike. Pull up and on it. Hey, I'm coming.
Now Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Check 50, check 50.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll run it again with Penny. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Hey, watch that. Hey, look.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, foxtrot.
Back to throw. Allen. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Hey, Shelton.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKenzie. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is no good. Oh, by a matter of inches, he missed it wide to the right. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are in defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
Yeah. Some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread.